Joe Winkelhock, and having sat alongside his teammate Steve Soper for 20 laps around Silverstone, I can assure you it will be a memorable ride. So, telephone 0891 33 9966 to enter the competition, and the lines will be open until Monday night.
To my mind, one of the best-looking little cars around is the Vauxhall Corsa, but that hasn't stopped their designers fiddling around with some gem markers in their design studio, and they've come up with this, the Tracker. It's a two-wheel drive recreational vehicle. There's space in there for 4 people, provided they're wearing sunglasses, and a couple of mountain bikes. I think it looks absolutely fabulous. But the chances of it being made are a big, fat 0. This, on the other hand, the Tigra, that's a different kettle of fish. It too is based on the Corsa, but it's a 2+2 sports coupe with a 16-valve, 1600cc engine. They say that if it goes into production, it'll wear a price tag of £12,000, and the good news is, they also say it will go into production.
This is the stunning Audi space frame concept car. It's the prototype of a new luxury Audi saloon that will be in Britain in 1994, powered by both V8 or a V6 engine. Now, apart from the obvious gleaming aluminium bodywork, what's new? Well, the panels are hung on an aluminium space frame. The whole car is a lot lighter than an equivalent luxury model, and it's very easy to recycle. But that recycling will come very late in its life. Audi say the production car parts will be made for 20 years after it ceases production. So potentially, it's a car that will last a lifetime.
Well, that's just about it. But before we go, I'd like to make a couple of announcements. We'll be back on screen again Sunday afternoon, BBC1 at 4:25, with an extended 50-minute long motor show programme. And Quentin Wilson and myself will be here for the entire duration of the show on our own Top Gear stand. You might not want to come and see us very much, and I guess that's understandable, but if you're a fan of the 4-wheel drive Lamborghini Diablo, the only place you'll find it here is on our stand. Now, before we close for good, I have to tell you, we've saved the best till last. The Ferrari 456 is, without a question or shadow of doubt, the star of the show. It's unbelievably beautiful, it's invigorating.
Sorry, Jeremy, but he's been so long-winded, we've run out of time.
Never fear, next week we're devoting the entire programme to Ferrari. I get to drive the 456 in Italy. We look back at Ferraris of yesteryear, and I realise a boyhood ambition, driving a Daytona.
And Jeremy Clarkson and Quentin Wilson also provide an A to Z guide to all the new car designs in the November issue of the BBC's Top Gear magazine.
In the new Radiotomies, apparently Victor Lewis Smith has got his own series. Typical. Every jumped-up comic seems to get their own series nowadays. Never us announcers. I've worked for the BBC for years. I've never even had a sniff of my own series. It's disgraceful. I took tap dancing lessons. I suppose it all boils down to looks new. You know, I can do Frank Spencer. Ooh, Betty, ooh, Betty, Betty, ooh, Betty, Betty, ooh, Betty, Betty.
Are your Saturday mornings dull and lifeless, tired and tedious? Then you haven't woken up to new, live and kicking, tomorrow at 9 on BBC1.
There's a plot to take over the mind of a politician's wife during an election campaign. Thank goodness the men from U.N.C.L.E. are on the case in 25 minutes. Now on BBC2, Captain Scarlet's on a manhunt. No strings attached.